Yo guys, what's going on? My name's Bagassi and I'm back here today with another video. I know it's been a long ass time, but 7 months? Something like that. I think so. Something like 7 months. But yeah, basically, I've been busy. I haven't had my GCSEs yet, but as you guys know, I am 16 and I'm in the middle of not doing my GCSEs yet, but they're about to happen soon. So I haven't really had time to do anything. I've just been trying to revise. I mean, when you fucking try to revise, you can't do it. I swear down. It's so hard, man. I just hate revising. To be fair, I just hate school overall, but it's gonna get me somewhere. That's all that matters. But yeah. Anyway, enough of that bullshit. Well, I'm back basically. Hopefully back. Today I'm gonna be speaking about something that happened over the last 7 months, which was a bit uh stupid, I guess, but not my fault. Well, I can't really say it wasn't my fault because it was at the same time as it wasn't, if you know what I mean. Basically, so me and basically, so after school every day we go to school, and then the school day goes by, and after school we stay behind just to do extra work, maybe. Not like 'cause we're retarded, not retarded. That's bad. Don't need to say that. Not like 'cause we're stupid or anything, but just because um we just don't we just want to do good for ourselves, you know what I mean. So we just stay behind, me and two other friends, and well, there is obviously a lot of other people, but it's just us three who sit together whilst we stay after school. So these guys and me, basically, we walk home as well together, even though they don't live in my area. They still walk my way. So they go past my house. So basically, they always walk to my house with me. And what happened was, there was a evening where me and two of my friends, let's just call them, I don't know, uh, Jack and Richard, even though they're black people, but I've never heard a black guy called Richard, but yeah. Anyway, well, so we was walking home, and we walked past this this side street, and it's not too far from my house. Maybe I'm not sure how far, maybe 5 minutes away from my house, walk. So this guy, two of my friends earlier, me and one of my other friends, me and Richard, basically were messing around, and he said something to me, so I pushed him, and he pushed me back into another car, but it was a parked car, and he pushed me into it, and then I was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" And then he was just like, "Oh, he was just to me, he was just laughing basically because he pushed me into a car, and then there was loads of people just looking at me, so I was like, "What the fuck?" And then after because we were doing stupid shit like that, pushing each other, one of our other friends, which was Jack, just randomly decided to, out the blues, when me and Richard were speaking about something, I can't remember, I think speaking about school or something, but as we were speaking, he decided to knock on some random man's window when we walked past his house. And when he knocked on the window, we was like, "What the fuck did he just do?" And then I didn't realize what was going on, but Richard knew what was going on straight away, and I was he knew because he was looking at James while speaking to me, and I wasn't. I was looking at him, so I did. He was kind of behind me, so I couldn't tell what was going on. And then I was I didn't know. And then all I see is them two start running, and I was like, "Nah, fuck that, I'm not running." My legs were hurting so bad. I was like, "No, fuck that, I'm not running." And then I decided to hide behind a car right outside his house. Then I thought, wait, this is too bait. Let me move to another car. So I moved to a car even further down. And then the guy come outside and he just started screaming and shouting. And he was you could tell he was new to the country because his English wasn't very good. So he was just saying something. I was I made a laughing noise because I heard him. And I look under the car and he was walking towards me and I could see his feet. And then I was like, oh fuck, what do I do? So then, basically after that, I was like, well, I'm fucked now, and and then my other two friends are all the way up the street, and this guy must be a grown man. Well, that's what I was thinking. Well, it's a bit obvious, it's his house. And then the guy was probably about 20, late 20s or early 30s, and he come up, and then as soon as he come round the corner of the car, he saw me there, and as he saw me there, like, I was just like, nah, fuck this. I just got up and I ran as fast as I could run, and I outrun the guy like pretty easily. He was completely outrun. But then my two other friends, which were all the way up the road, decided to wait for me because they knew that I didn't run, so they were waiting at the top, and I was like, yo guys, run, and I was just screaming. I was like, run, 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 he's coming. And then they started running, and then I don't know what happened, but I think I tripped over like my own foot or something, or I tripped over the curb. And as that happened, basically I stumbled, then I was like, yo, wait, and I was telling them to wait up because I just like stumbled basically. And then there was like, they waited, and then we got it's like a side street, so it leads to like a main road. And then as we got to the main road, we decided to we was like, okay, what are we gonna do? So I was like, you know what, let's just walk. What can he do? All we done was knock on his door, like knock on his window. That's all Jack done. So it's not like it's a big deal. I mean, what's he gonna do to us? And then the guy come, and he just started he ran up, and we didn't know if it was him or not because I never actually seen his face. And then like Jack was by himself on the left side of me, and like he was like walking in a ditch kind of thing, and me and Richard were on the actual road. And then the guy pushed me into Richard, and then after that Jack was just there on the side. And then as he was there on the side, the guy kind of clenched his fist and he looked at Jack, and Jack wasn't having any of it, so he like stepped back up and he was like, what are you gonna do? And then the guy was like, put your fist down. And then the guy was like, you've got your fist. Jack was like, you got your fists up. Put yours down first. As in, because he was like, I don't know, we're gonna fight or whatever. I was just thinking it was this fucking pathetic. And then, basically, we said, look. And then me and Richard and Jack. Well, Jack didn't say it, but me and Richard were like, look, leave it. And then he was like, look, we're sorry. We didn't even mean to do. We didn't mean to do it. We don't know what was happening. And then he was just having a go at us. He was like, what the fuck are you doing? What do you mean? This and that, swearing at us. We was like, look, we're sorry, leave us alone. And then he wouldn't leave us alone. He followed us all the way, and we was getting close to my house at this point. So I was like, no, I'm not having this guy know where I live. So I was like to Richard and Jack, and I was like, yo, what are we gonna do? This guy's following us. And then he was like, let's stop. So we stopped, and then the guy come up to Jack and was like, and then sorry, we went up to him and was like, what are you doing? And then he was just like, oh, I'm following you home, I want to see where you live. And I was like, okay. And then Jack was like, go away. And then he was like, what? And then the guy called Jack a pussy. And then Jack was like, what? You're a pussy. And then the guy walked away. And then Jack said, oh, you're a fucking pussy, you have to walk away. And then the guy come running back here, just had his fist clenched, and he just punched Jack like as hard as he could basically. And at this point, me and Richard were like, what the fuck is happening right now? And then after that, we was like, nah, fuck this. We gotta help him. So basically, the guy got jumped, and Jack was ready because he had like a keyring in between his hand, and he punched the man in his head and like cracked his head basically. But you know, the guy deserved it. I mean, he doesn't fucking hit minors. We are minors. I think I was 16, but the other two were 15 at the time. I think they're both 16 now, but yeah, they was about 15. And then we was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's like, basically he just held a beating, and he got like dropped like 10 times and just basically battered. And then he never done anything, and he just walked away. And loads of cars started stopping because it was near like a main road. And then it was like, ah, what are you guys doing? You guys are idiots, this, that, just shouting at us. And then we was like, you don't even know the story, so leave us alone. And then the driver said, wait there, we're calling the police. And at that point, we was like fucking shitting ourselves. We was like, oh shit, like what do we do? And then Jack was like, take all your jackets off and run. So then we took all our jackets off to like have a new identity kind of thing. And then we all ran, so we couldn't be identified. And then we ran in separate ways, and then we never got caught for it. And you know, till this day, no one's ever found us. So you know, I think it's all alright. But yeah, anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the story. If you would like to hear more shit like this, let me know in the comments. And like, subscribe, and keep the support up, guys. See you later.